I'm sure by now most of y'all know that I'm a big fan of the concept of if you've earned your own money, you should spend it however you please, no matter how stupid that thing that you spent your money on is. So, I'm greeted today by this article here, well, more like this post here, that a candidate running in my state of Florida, a gentleman by the name of James Fishback, apparently got into a disagreement with an OnlyFans e-girl named Sophie Rain. Apparently, he has the brilliant mindset of proposing a 50% OnlyFans sin tax in the state of Florida. Now, this is ironic because this gentleman, Mr. Fishback, is running for the GOP, which, last time I checked, wasn't the GOP supposed to be the party of no taxes or low taxes? And here we clearly have an individual wanting to tax people for their income. You know, I thought the GOP was all about earn your income because that's true Americanism, that's true patriotism. You earn your income and you don't have to worry about the government taxing you because that's your hard-earned money. But apparently Mr. Fishback threw that shit out the window. So in his heated argument, or more like his exchange with this lady, apparently she responds back to him by simply saying, "It sounds like you subscribed and got buyer's remorse after dropping your annual salary on an OF girl." And well, I can't really speak on the man's personal life, but I mean, if that's the case, that was not the brightest decision in the world to dump your salary on an OnlyFans girl. But my personal mindset on the whole thing is, why spend money on something when you can get it for free? I mean, there's dozens of websites out there on the internet where you could get, you know, the kind of content that Miss Rain here pushes out for free. So this led me to the next conclusion of why on earth are you proposing a tax on OnlyFans content? I mean, the website itself already takes its own cut of the money that a lot of these women on this site make. So an additional 50% tax that's going to the state of Florida, which, as somebody who's lived in Florida his entire life, born and raised in this state, you know, I love the state. I fucking hate our government and our elected officials. They all can, you know, eat dick for all I care. But no, I genuinely have no faith in the whoever the hell's supposed to be replacing Ron DeSantis over the next election cycle here, because I have no faith in any of these retards running for governor here. So no, and Fishback is definitely one of those retards I have zero confidence in. So what makes you think that, you know, an OnlyFans e-girl giving 50% of her OnlyFans income to the state of Florida, a state where we all know our elected officials are definitely going to be using that money with the best of intentions in mind, is definitely a good idea to tax this kind of income? I find it absolutely stupid. And honestly, this just sounds like a standard case of Mr. Fishback grifting, which, according to some of his history that I've read up, he seems to be a grifter extraordinaire, which does not surprise me. I mean, if you're going to come out here with I propose a 50% OnlyFans sin tax, and then the guy responds back to Miss Rain by saying, "Sophie, pay your taxes or quit OnlyFans. Those are your choices. I'm running for Florida governor to stop smart and capable women like you from being exploited by that disgusting platform." Oh, the horror. Look, if you're gonna really call yourself a guy who's all in favor of the free market, of capitalism, of, you know, being a guy who describes himself as a lefty, I would honestly say I'm more capitalistic than Mr. Fishback here. Like, if you're a lady with some fine assets or whatever, you should have every right to to display that however you wish and make money off of it. If there's idiots, if there's mouth-breathing morons on this earth that want to spend their income on your OnlyFans, then by all means, do I agree with those gentlemen who want to spend their money on your OnlyFans content? Fuck no. Again, why pay for something when you can get it for free off dozens of websites on the internet that exist? And I'm sure most of the gentlemen who are watching this video know of those websites. So again, what the hell is the point of spending money on OnlyFans? But if you're a man and you're earning your own income and you feel like throwing your income away on one of the dumbest things you could throw it away on, By all means, it is your right. You earned your money, you should get the right to spend it however you please. That being said, the women who produce the content on OnlyFans have every right to earn that content, earn that income, and keep that income to themselves. It is the tradition, it is truly a free market. You're just allowing somebody, if somebody has some kind of good, they can, regardless of whatever that good may be, if they have a good, and they feel that that good can actually make them some money, and they want to put it out there, and they know that there's people that are going to spend money on said good, then by all means put it out there. I'm not, if you're looking at me with that mindset of, oh, this guy's promoting degeneracy, this guy talked about his opinions on gooning and all that earlier a few seconds ago, or more like a few minutes ago. How can we believe this guy? He's not a true moral champion. Look, I'm not going to sit here. First of all, I'm not a religious individual. I do not give two flying fucks about your concepts of morality and what's right and what's wrong. I care about, freedom. I'm pretty sure the average American will sit here and tell you they care about freedom. I definitely care about freedom myself. And if we care so much about freedom here in America, isn't it contradictory to the whole concept? Doesn't it contradict the concept of what America is supposed to be when you are trying to limit someone's freedom, when you are trying to bring down the hammer of no freedom? Wow, that's quite a creative way of putting it. Of no freedom onto somebody's freedom. So it's stupid to tell one of these OnlyFans e-girls that, oh, you're gonna be taxed for your income. The very thing we've been bitching about in this country for several years now, that, oh, I don't like taxes, I don't like being taxed, my money's being taken from me, my hard-earned money, which I've always argued, you don't hate being taxed. You hate that your taxes go to stupid shit. Like, oh, I don't know, kidnapping the president of Venezuela. That's one of the list of things that I'm not, a big fan of. I don't think it's a good idea to just simply send the United States military to kidnap random world leaders. I don't care what someone will say to that opinion. It's like we have no authority to be doing something like that, and we should never be allowed to do something like that. But it's the DJT 2.0 administration, so apparently logic gets thrown out the window here. But again, like I've always said, if you have a good to sell, if you have a good that will sell, and you are confident in said good, and you put it out there, you have a right to earn income off that good that you're creating. That's like capitalism 101. You have something that other people want, or other people didn't even know that they want, but now that they see it, they want it. You put it out there, people spend their money that they've earned off their jobs to get your good. Do I feel bad if some dude, bankrupts himself off of spending millions of his hard-earned, I don't think millions, but thousands of his hard-earned dollars? We're thinking more on the levels of working class here. Thousands of his hard-earned dollars on some OnlyFans e-girl? No, I don't feel bad for you. You're a grown man. You know better than to spend money on something like that. But again, you have every right to do that. That being said, the girl who puts out that content has every right to that income that she just made off of that. That is literally her making money off of the good that she put out there, off of the goods that she put out there. Like I said, goods in this case can be OnlyFans content, but it's a good nonetheless. It's a good in the same way that, it's a good like a vehicle or an electronic or any good. It is capitalism 101. People are going to buy your good, regardless of what your good is, and the money that you make off your good, like I said, they already pay their tax off of to the website. OnlyFans itself takes money from a lot of these content creators on that site. The rest of it they pocket for themselves. Again, if we are out here feeling all low and miserable about the fact that, oh, how come this random woman made $100K in a day off OnlyFans, meanwhile I'm busting my ass off here at my 9 to 5, making a crap income, making my crap salary that I can't do shit with. How dare this? It's like, no, don't blame the e-girl. It's like she is a byproduct of the shitty economic situation of the modern day. In fact, if anything, we should be making it to where you, the working class individual, actually is able to make a living wage off of your stuff, off of the work that you put in to this shitty 9 to 5 job that you're making. At least if you're having a shit time at your 9 to 5, at least your income from that 9 to 5 is going to be worthwhile. unfortunately, in the modern day, in the modern year, that is the that it is 2026. I hate to put it like this, but for somebody, if you can make, big bucks off of something that a lot of people find stupid or whatever, I mean, I can't shame on you for your game. If your game is not illegal in any way, shape, or form, no shame in your game. Yes, like, if there's people out here who will disagree with the way that you made your gains, even if it's not an ill-gotten gain, if it's a gain that you made, and people are out here saying, I don't agree with how you made your money, you hoard yourself off, taking, lewd pics of yourself on OnlyFans, or you just sat there in a gaming chair playing video games all day and not adding an ounce of actual value to a conversation. How dare you were able to make 100 to 500k? Like, look. Is it really depressing seeing that such a reality like this exists in 2026? Yes, it is depressing, but at the same time, I'm not going to shit on it, because, look, they made their gain. I'm not going to sit here and act all jealous of somebody else's, gains, regardless of however it is they got their gains. Look, I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, if they're making money, they're making money. They're making money in a way that's not illegal. I can't shit on that. Like, they're doing something to survive. In this day and age, all you really can do is survive. There's no real positive outlook for the future, especially if you're Gen Z or millennial at this point. There's really no positive outlook to have at this point, so you do what you gotta do. It's a dog-eat-dog world at this point. You do what you gotta do to survive, and, if you manage to get the infinite money glitch, or I guess the big money glitch, or like a money hack IRL, then by all means, seize on that opportunity. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you can and can't do. I'm just saying, in the spirit of capitalism, in the spirit of, what I was told since I was little, that is America, if you want to make it big for yourself, if you want to make big bucks for yourself, you have every right to do so. Yeah, there's some consequences that come with making big bucks certain ways, not excluding the illegal methods, specifically the legal methods. There are some legal methods of making money that come with consequences, but again, that is something that you are aware of, and that is something that, you are by all means able to go and pursue. And honestly, it's anyone who tries to tell you that, like in the case of Mr. Fishback, anyone who tries to tell you that, I'm trying to rescue you from this evil platform known as OnlyFans because it's abusing a very, very highly intelligent women like you, Mrs. Rain, or Miss Rain in this case. I don't know if she's married or not. I don't care, but you get what I mean. It's like, how I'm trying to save you from that. You're not trying to save shit. You're just trying to basically, first off, upon reading Mr. Fishback's background a little bit, this is some grifting 101 strategy. Say something that appeals to the low intelligence individuals of the world that see, me no like OnlyFans e-whore. Me must get angry. Me must do everything to make sure that e-whore on the internet is miserable. It's like, what exactly do you gain from this? Are you able to find meaningful employment from this? Did your income go up? Are you able to, buy affordable groceries now? Are you able to actually own a home now? Oh, this doesn't do shit for you. All you did was fuck up somebody else's day, and you gave yourself a temporary smile that fades away to nothingness once you go back to your shitty 9 to 5 in the morning. Like, I genuinely hate this kind of bullshit and this kind of mindset. This doesn't do anything to help. And this doesn't do any, as somebody who's an actual Floridian himself, this doesn't do anything for our state. All this does is promote a mentally retarded logic. The mentally retarded logic of, I'm not happy because somebody else made their money in a way that's easy and doesn't require a lot of heavy lifting or actual work. And I'm like, look, I work a 9 to 5 myself. I hate my 9 to 5. But again, if I'm not gonna sit here and shit on somebody's effort in their own, money-making way. If they made it legally, regardless of whatever it is that they did, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on them. They're just doing whatever they can to get by. I'm sure if the world's economic situation these days weren't so shit, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be seeing so much of this. But unfortunately, that is the sad reality of the world we live in. And I hate to break it to Mr. Fishback, but his party is kind of one of the biggest contributors to the current economic situation we're in. If anyone has actually read the news over the last couple of months, so. But in all honesty, like what are we doing? This doesn't do anything. This is I guess the best way to put it, this is just nothing. This is just to quote Jack's films, this is a nothing burger. There's nothing here. There's nothing to consume. There is nothing. Like, you're consuming basically nothing. You know, Fishback has no real argument here. This is just a grift ad. Just to get, you know, people with short attention spans to see these big words of OnlyFans, syntax, 50%, and an OnlyFans girl's name. All these big loaded words immediately make them go, "Ooh, yes, I agree with whatever that is," instead of actually analyzing the big picture. You know, that thing that they taught us in school called critical thinking skills. You know, this is one of those moments where you really gotta apply that. But in this day and age, I don't have a whole lot of faith in humanity to actually think, you know, that logically in terms of a subject like this, but whatever. Anyways, I'd like to thank y'all for watching this, and y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.